This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching. This is a review of the Borealis Drakkar 156, and I got this in a wide variety of conditions. Everything from about knee-high pow to pretty hard midwinter firm snow. Rode it primarily with my Burton Kendos, but also got some time on it with the SLX, the Imperials, and the Ions. I've been sampling a lot of boots. To give you a short summary, this is a very unique, very grippy board that looks pretty surfy, but when you get on it, it has a very all mountain, not so tapered feel that is very unique, and it has this kind of turn to it, and if you look at the side cut, sometimes specs lie, but in this particular case it doesn't. It's a very kind of gunny, down the line, turning board for its size, and it's got a heck of a lot of grip. When we get to sizing, this 56 felt right for me, maybe even a touch tiny, but I'd rather have it feel a little small than feel a little big. Worked really well with my size 9 boots, and it worked well with my slightly excessive weight post-holidays. As far as shape goes, it's tapered directional. It's not super tapered, and like I said, you don't really feel the taper as much as you would think if you looked at the specs. It's got a very between the feet kind of ride that I like. It doesn't have that kind of off the back foot, tapered, directional, surfy kind of thing going for it. It feels very all mountain. I found myself throwing this around switch way more than I thought I would. There's camber between the feet, but not an excessive amount of camber, going to early rise in the nose and tail, and that makes it pretty forgiving. The edge hold feels really locked in and grippy, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna catch an edge and punish you when you get off your game, so that's kind of cool. I think a strong intermediate to even a mid-level intermediate can skid turns with this okay, and advanced to expert riders will love this feel, and when they get off their game, it's not gonna punish them. In terms of flex, you've got a pretty, I would say it's almost stiff right here, and then in the nose, it's like medium stiff, and then in the tail, it's stiff. But on snow, with that early rise in the tip and tail, it helps you with your butters a little better. It's not easy, but it's very doable. It's got good pop too. There's a pretty good energy to it. Sometimes wood top sheets can feel a little dead, but this has some pretty good energy to it. As far as speed goes, the base has good glide to it. This isn't a new board, and the base isn't brand new and fresh and waxed, but it kept its speed really well, even on days when I compared it to some of the best bases out there. It wasn't that far behind, so it's definitely near the top of its class in terms of base glide, and I think if you treat your base really well and wax it a lot, this will do good in those long, flat cat tracks. And then in terms of picking up speed, this side cut really likes a straight line, or that kind of long, narrow S-turn where you're mainly going for higher speeds. It really shines with that, but it's not super damp. So it's got this cool kind of pointy, gunny feel. So if you like little short straight lines here and there, and you like more of a pointy kind of down the line, drivey kind of board, this has good speed for that, and in uneven terrain, I felt it was fine as an all conditions ride. It never really shat the bed when conditions got rough and uneven. It didn't ever buck me and bounce me around, and I tried it against a lot of different boards. As far as edge hold goes, this is amazing. It's got some serious disruption in the side cuts, and it grips really well in hard snow. It was one of my favorite boards to go out when it was hard of the Borealis line, because it just has this just insane grip. It can grab a little bit in soft snow, but they really relax the disruption in the side cut when you get up into the nose and tail. So where you're initiating the turn doesn't really hook or hold, and I like that. So as far as turn initiation goes, it's a very interesting board for turning. It's really quick edge to edge, like if you're slaloming through the trees, But once you get that side cut committed, it's pretty shallow and it doesn't accelerate through. So it's really fast like this, but once you get over on edge and get it committed, it slows down. So it's like you lean over and you're ready to go, and it doesn't really go anywhere. It's not a circle carver, and it's just barely an across the groomer carver. And what I found I really liked, what really made this board shine, is just, you know, powerful, quick S-turns. So instead of going like this, I would just go like this, and it was so much fun. And it had this just like kind of drivey down the line feel, like it would lock in and go, and not really, it doesn't really want you to do those circle carves. So if you're a circle carver, you're not gonna like this. If you're a down the line kind of drivey carver and you want some more high speed carves, you're gonna love this. As far as powder goes, I set it all the way back on one day, hoping to get some good powder, and the conditions didn't really play out the way I'd hoped them to, but it was enough, it was fun, and you can see this has really good float. Now, yeah, I want to be on the Marauder and the deep, yeah, but this has that more versatile double ender feel that's great for, you know, doing a little bit of everything, but then you can still set it back pretty far, get good directional float, and with that taper, you start to feel that taper in the powder, and that early rise in the nose really helps. And I thought it was a really good floater for kind of a do-everything kind of board. Riding switch was fun. I didn't really think that it would be when I looked at this board, when I got it out of the box, but on snow it just felt so good between the feet. I kept throwing it around switch and riding it that way and liking it. And I think this could be pretty fun. Like our pipe isn't up or working, but I would love to ride this in the pipe. This just has the grip, kind of a cool drive from wall to wall. I just worry about its side cut not being turny enough for me. It tracks into a kicker pretty well. And by kicker, I mean small, tiny bump on the side of a hill that I launch off and get a tiny bit of air with my old and broken body. But I liked how this tracked into a jump. It has good pop between the feet. The rocker in the tip and tail and the smaller camber between the feet don't make it the poppiest board, but it's pretty lively and energetic for, you know, for a mellow camber between the feet. Overall, I think this is a unique board, but it has a good appeal to riders looking for something tapered and directional, but not super set back off the tail, super surfy kind of thing. Kind of a board as a daily driver for just about everything, from pretty deep powder to icy, hard snow. Or if you're an East Coast rider or you ride somewhere hard and icy, but you want to be ready for powder, this is a good choice. All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight, and we're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite, then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the eHarmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.